Hey everyone, like I mentioned in my last video, today I want to show you what I think are some of the best city mods available for Skyrim. I wanted to change them a bit on my current playthrough, but I still wanted to keep the performance loss from this type of mods to a minimum. My computer is not the best, so I had to choose wisely. Let's start from the south and work our way up, starting with Cities of the North, Falkreath. Falkreath is a bit tricky in terms of performance, with grass and tree mods having a fairly big impact on it. Still, I found that this mod makes Falkreath look really good and unique, and with another mod I will show you next, the performance isn't that bad. Not only does it change Falkreath itself, but it also changes the interiors to fit the new building designs. And now, the Jarl is a really cool house on top of a hill, instead of that small vanilla longhouse. This mod also has a lot of patches available for your favorite mods, like Lux. And I recommend you also get Cities of North Falkreath Light mod. This mod uses base object swapper to remove a couple of objects that you don't really notice that much to improve performance. Next, we'll go to the home of the Thieves Guild, Riften. Riften is one of those cities where my performance, even in vanilla, is not the best. It's not like bad, it's still pretty much playable, but I had to keep this in mind while searching for a mod that changes Riften. With that being said, I found that Spaghetti's cities, Riften, changes Riften enough to give it a fresh look, while not changing it too much and keeping the performance pretty much unchanged. I'm also using TMD's The Rift Leaves. This mod adds leaves to the bodies of water around the rift, including Riften. A simple mod, but I really like the small touch. I'm also using Better Docks. This mod changes the docks not only in Riften, but Dawnstar and Solitude as well, but I'll show you that later. Next, we make a quick stop in Ivarstead, where I'll be using Toldor's Ivarstead. Inspired by the Cities of the North mods, this mod makes Ivarstead more unique and a worthy town to go through when taking the journey of the 7,000 steps. And again, this mod has a bunch of patches, so you shouldn't find any problems with it. Next, we have a small town that I basically never go to, Shor, where I'll be using the great town of Shor. This mod adds a new inn, a new farmland, and a small hall in memory of Shor. It also adds the new Followstone Hall. This hall was the headquarters of the Companions of the Rift in the Elder Scrolls Online. Not a town that I go a lot to, but still worthy of having a new look. Riverwood also deserves a new look, with Spaghetti's Town's Riverwood. Like the last mod from Spaghetti, this mod adds small clutter without destroying your performance. I'm also using Northern Farmhouses. This mod makes the farmhouses around Skyrim look a bit more in line with the houses of the Cities of the North mods. I really like the changes this mod makes, especially here in Riverwood. And lastly, I'm using more wooden bridges. This mod uses base object swapper to change a couple of Skyrim bridges to wooden ones instead. I'm using the no Morthal version, just so we can change Morthal later. And before I forget, Immersive Laundry together with Immersive Laundry Improvements and Immersive Laundry Animated. This mod will add laundry to cities and towns around Skyrim, because if I have to do them, so do the people of Skyrim. And with Immersive Laundry patches for multiple city mods, you can have this with no problem no matter what city mods you use. Whiterun is the first city where, unfortunately, I can't use any overhauls. But let me recommend to you some of the best mods that you can use. Whiterun as walls adds these pretty cool walls that you can see from outside the city and from inside. And GG's Impoverished Whiterun, which makes the low district of Whiterun look a bit more, well, poor. I think it's a pretty unique mod that makes Whiterun have a completely different vibe. Next we have Rorikstead, the small town west of Whiterun, where I simply use Rorikstead Basalt Cliffs. This mod adds basalt cliffs around Rorikstead, giving the small town a very unique atmosphere. And Spaghetti's Town's Rorikstead, just like Riverwood, a simple overhaul that doesn't destroy your performance. And Northern Farmhouses also works here. I also really like the look of Redbag's Rorikstead mod, but unfortunately I had some compatibility problems with my current mod list, but make sure you check it out, it might be something that you like. Next we go to possibly my favorite town in Skyrim, but also the town I spent less time in, Markarth, City of Stone. This pretty simple and lightweight mod adds a bit more verticality to Markarth with new manors, a water mill, and an aqueduct. It doesn't change much, but makes Markarth feel a bit bigger. Next, we go a bit east to Karthwasten, with the great town of Karthwasten. With this mod, this small town might be my new favorite. I especially like the design of this main building. Don't forget the immersive laundry patches. A small town that you might not visit much, but after this mod, you might have to visit from time to time. Next we have Windhelm, where I'm not using any mods. I will probably leave it vanilla since I kinda like the original look. But I'm curious to know what mods you guys are using. Let me know in the comments what mods you are using for Windhelm and for the other cities if you want. And next we go to the marches of Morthal with ClefJ's Morthal. After installing this mod, I completely fell in love with Morthal. This mod gives Morthal this medieval vibe that I personally love. This combined with Supreme Fog for Morthal region, and you will have a really unique Morthal to visit. Just be careful, you never know what's lurking in the fog. Next stop is in the small port of Dawnstar, where the Better Dogs mod that I mentioned in the Riften section also makes a few changes. But we're here to change Dawnstar, and we'll be using the Cities of the North Dawnstar mod. I simply love the Cities of the North mod series. They also have a Morthal version in case you're interested, but I decided to go with the setup that I showed in the previous section. I'm also using the Fortify Dawnstar mod to add this pretty cool wall. Dragon Bridge. I can't even tell you the last time I was here. Are there even quests here? Again, if you have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments. Now Solitude, the capital of Skyrim. This one I will have to leave vanilla because of performance. I will only be using Solitude Clock Tower, which turns the Bard's College Tower into a clock tower. Oh, and the docks. Bear Docks also changed the docks here. And lastly, Winterhold. Let's start with the main attraction of Winterhold, the college, with Obscure College of Winterhold combined with Praedy's College of Winterhold. This is my favorite College of Winterhold setup, and since I basically play mage characters all the time, most of my time is spent here. But now let's go and change the actual town with, surprise surprise, Cities of the North Winterhold. But we're not done yet. Cities of the North, more houses. Cities of the North, Blacksmith. Fortified Winterhold. And Winterhold Docks. This combination of mods will make Winterhold look like it was actually the capital of Skyrim once, and not just a small, destroyed town. Just look at this pretty cool castle on top of the hill. Speaking of which, you can also use the Great City of Winterhold mod and use the patch so you can use this castle instead. It's a setup that I really like, but I decided to keep the Cities of the North setup for now. And that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments what mods you are using for each city and what do you think of my current list. Should I change anything? I wanted to change the look of each city, and I think I did a pretty good job. I know some of them didn't change much, or at all, but I need to keep in mind the performance in each city when installing mods. Maybe one day, when I have a better computer, I can go crazy and install other mods that change cities in wild ways. Either way, thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.